much more. So they're freaking out about how many more seats could be obtained if other states did what Texas is doing as well, whereas they don't really have much room to operate to increase their congressional district. And Jimmy, that was exactly
Okie dokie, set off for your vehicles. Air team, you're going to collect the Avenger tilt rotor aircraft. Water team, you are using Stromberg. We've done some pretty good work disrupting their activities around the state. But now, it's time to take down this Russian spy network thing once and for all.
If my rigorous debrief of Agent ULP has taught me anything, it's that the threat is not to be underestimated. Codename Bogdan, if that is his real name, is here to destroy our republic and maybe the rest of the world.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to cashing my paycheck. Going back to my normal day-to-day existence where I don't have to put pants on in the morning. You know, where it's the evening news that makes me think nuclear war might be imminent, not my work emails.
Lucky you. Way to avoid responsibility. The litmus test I do for every business decision I make. Would I go to nuclear war for this? I press the go button when the answer is absolutely.
Yeah, well, I've never been so sure about something I'd drop an H-bomb for. Except maybe these chicken wings I have once. Lemon pepper.
You know, you are the problem with culture right now. No one takes anything seriously. It's a crisis of things meaning what they should.
Oh, I'm sorry. The threat is very real, okay? Just like your ear system.
Your discourse is poisonous and reductive.
Okay, you're in the Stromberg. Take it on a deep dive down to that submarine. Dock with the vessel and get on board. The air team will cover the surface.
Democrat Hispanics. The point is that's what we saw reflected in 2024. With that an accurate portrayal of that demographics voting parties at that time. The whole point is it wasn't about race. And it seems to me that the Democrats are approaching this in a very stable, antiquated lens of assuming it's realistic. However, they're going to vote a certain way.
Now, be warned, these Russians are agents of chaos. They don't necessarily have an end game here, except for destabilization of the status quo. If they think they're beat, the misinformation they put out will be terrible. Do not listen to anything they say.
Avon, I don't know if you know our team that well, but they're not exactly chatty types.
Just don't let them play you. Execute the plan no matter what.
Justice. The big map they have tracks litigation all across the country related to redistricting, and right now there's 90 different cases, including 8 states, have been challenged. This is just as of
You're approaching the submarine. Get close and board through the hatch.
The vast majority of the cases, 72 out of 90 changes to maps are virtually drawn under single-party control in the redistricting process. So, as we see in given states around the country, if a certain party is in the majority, you may see it more likely that the drawing that happens in that 10-year period or wherever the period of the drawing happens may favor that particular party that happens to be in power at that point in time. And then there's all these cycles. It's also interesting because Democrats seem to be wanting to start a redistricting arms race that they're not going to be able to finish. Right? Because even if you look at the state of California, because they have an independent commission with their redistricting, Governor Gavin Newsom has to call a special counsel this November.
Okay. A source on board's been leaking us intel. Go find it in the brig. If you see any sailors, shoot first. Then shoot second if they're separated.
American agents, you are making a grave mistake. You may know me as Codename. I am commander of this submarine. And for it, Bogdan is not just Codename, it is a real name. Clever Codename. We are rogue units, operating outside state sanctions. We will fight you. This is not why we are here. We come all across Pacific. We not give up now. We are ready to die, every man and boy. We have jobs to do. Do you know what you're fighting for? Leader burgers and the Lodomo? Wake up! We fight for humanity.
They are given. I just have to point out that Brennan Center, as the name suggests, is a very simple restriction.
You, Mr. Hertz, people? You promised me passport and job in Vale of Silicon. Okay, shit! All right, go to the bridge. Network runs through point on center console. Mr. Hurt still give job, yes. I American now. When's my keynote?
Okay, screw him. Get up to the bridge, document everything. Then plug Clifford into the console.
You don't know what you're doing. Stop it. Stop it now. You are biggest idiots of whole wide world. Americans. This is a big mistake. Like crap in bed. Stupid.
You're on the bridge. Okay. Photograph the files on the table, quick. Use your phone. Now plug in Clifford right into the console.
So you just point out that it's ridiculous. So part of the argument.
Wait a minute! Wait, can we calm down for just 1 minute? For less than 1 minute! Look, you look very much like you have wrong end of shit. You got stuck in the stick, you're up creek with pedal and grab! Look! How you say it? I'm here to help!
The numbers really there for the Democrats right now, and then beyond that, there's a
No, kill me all you like! But stop, listen.
During the last election, tried to jail him, weaponized government against him in unprecedented ways.
Sure,
So
I would like to destroy America, control Russia, and destroy fabric of civilization as we know it. But these are all piping dreams.
Constant series
I am here to help solve
that are affirming that all these policies and deals are indeed constitutional.
You
and when you add that into the layer that
are a real problem. You're doing dirty work for Avon Quartz and his machine Cliffy.
Is this something that you think is all up for during this administration, where on the other side we're all going to be spit out actually finally equitable parties, or do you think that it's going to take a few more years for the team to really secure and accurate representation?
Insecure little egomaniac
What's happening now is this
play
a
God,
wake-up call for
then
all
fake
Russian
human brain
Americans,
he
sort of
builds
the
will be brain
the
of
stuff that people
insecure
don't pay a lot of
little
attention to. And now you're
egomaniac.
seeing people like Gavin
The
Newsom
scientists have
bringing this
studied
also on the other side of the aisle to the national park. So I think we may see a lot more attention paid to the gerrymandering and redistricting that doesn't get the
Exactly.
attention that perhaps it deserves.
And
Really does affect
and
people
quotes
in their
want us to
individual
kill each
districts
other.
who they have the opportunity to vote for.
Well, how did I make this up?
I think people feel like it's a lost cause as far as
Thank you, Mr. Kress. Thank you,
but
silent, psychotic peons. But this is where I say arrivederci. No, I mean, get ready. I mean, this is where I'm in charge. Me and Clifford. Go fuck yourself, losers. Yeah, losers.
Yes, we're in charge. Me and my dad, we're in charge. And this outdated low-tech submarine will self-destruct in 30 seconds.
Scuba gear by hatch over there. I have secret escape pod. Good luck!
Alright, well, as this developing already, we'll be taking you in and out, of course. Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Katie Bethany on
Lives! The Stromberg went down with a sub. Get to the shore and regroup with the others. Then let's meet at the hangar at LSIA. Avon is not gonna make this easy for us. Any of us. More choppers, big ones, inbound! Wait, who are these guys? Are you fucking kidding me?
Reaction is pouring in from the left surrounding President Trump's major crime crackdown. And they're seething, all because President Trump wants to keep Americans safe. Hello everyone, this is Outnumbered. I'm Emily Campagno here with my co-host Harris Faulkner, and also joining us today, Lisa Booth, Fox News political analyst, Kennedy, podcast host of Kennedy Saves the World, and Bill Hemmer, co-anchor of American. Now, President Trump says the National Guard and temporary federal control of the D.C. police will help him to clean up D.C. streets once and for all. But Mr. President, Democrats aren't.
The president is starting his political pivot. His idea of federalizing the police force in D.C. ignores the reality. They are making dramatic progress of reducing violent crime in D.C.
Focus goes ever on everything that's going on, because this president is trying to lead us in a to what could be called civil war.
I call it an abuse of power, right? The only reason this can happen to us in Washington, D.C. is because we are not a state. In no other city can the president take over the local police force. And I think that is ridiculous and insane.
And more reactions pouring in on social media, with House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries telling the president to, quote, get lost, and failed presidential candidate Hillary Clinton calling him unhinged. Meanwhile, anti-Trump protesters hit the streets, pushing back against the crime crackdown by singing. The liberal media is doing the chorus as well.
Maybe it's not about crime. Maybe it's that he really enjoys using U.S. military force against American civilians on American soil and wants any excuse to do it anywhere he can.
Christianity, they're trying to hold my temper. I think this ongoing argument that he's having in his head with Black Lives Matter, we have to understand this, Chris. Within the context of Donald Trump's racial politics, he's actually trying to give his biggest red lead to get them off of the Epstein story, and it's on the backs of the citizens in Washington, D.C.
And the Washington Post is getting called out for putting one D.C. resident who claims the city was safe, but also requested to speak anonymously off record over concerns of personal safety. Bill, you can't make this stuff up, but at the end of the day, it's tragic because these are people's lives that are getting lost.
Good afternoon to you, good to meet you, Bill. Ladies, it's been a minute. You're an attorney. I think one of the interesting things about what Trump has done here is that he goes and picks up from college hero. And in addition to Washington, D.C., you have federal and some local jurisdictions, which is significant because you can point people into a job and they can enact what you want to happen. You can't do that in every city. You can't do that in every state, but every different company you can do that. How about this?
You all together? Okay, get to the meat and watch out for Avon's people. They are motivated.
A fairly good example of how this has been implemented. There was a statistic we gave America's News earlier today. Carjackings in Washington, D.C.
You ever had a neural network try and kill you before? Yeah, me neither. Welcome to the future. Get on the turrets and try to survive, okay?
Now, we're going to stop that. I didn't do it. What sort of parental control will you try to exert? I'm going to say, keep it on the drive, and let's see if it works. And if it does, it will be an example for a lot of those things, perhaps. And I know that that doesn't like that.
The meet is at Devin Weston's hangar at LSIA. Anyone still alive and still on our side is going to be there.
Prevalence of 600% homeless, which is 5 years once. Let's talk about how we got here, Kennedy. So we had Adam's former chief of staff. These were talks and friends this morning with this explanation for what might be driving the youth behind this crime problem. BC for 2022 to 2023 had about 40% of kids that faced chronic fatigue, so that means they miss 10% or more of the school year. Well, where are those kids when they're in school? They're outside causing a little bit of chaos. They're raiding grocery stores.
A little bit of chaos. A little bit of chaos. Ain't nothing little about chaos, girl. Stupid ass.
His AI is God, and we're all just goats waiting to be sacrificed. We should all applaud ourselves and the roles we played in the downfall of the human race. Idiots!
Mother of the same professional intern who is mourning her son and acknowledging that this is our nation's capital and also it is not safe. Now, it's particularly they point to the homicide rate, and that is not the only lens by which people look at crime, or by which people will fully experience crime. And, any time you have one of these carjackings or violent assaults, the perception is that this is an unsafe place. And, DC is to be a magnet for international visitors to come and get a taste of the very best of our country. But instead, people show up in DC, they worry they're going to be mugged, they're worried they're They're going to be shot. You know, there's still a lot of
You're almost here, okay? Just, bring it on home. This is, gonna be a depressing conversation, all right?
Yes, and I recorded something out off of the fly line, which I thought was an interesting way of